Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about the cosine rule and how to use them. So let me just draw the triangle out. This is angle A, this is angle B, this is angle C. Length A, length B, and length C. Notice how the opposite of the angle are its length. And you'll need that understanding to apply the cosine rule. So the formula for the cosine rule is a squared equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc times root cosine of a, and this is for finding length. But when you want to find the angle, you would use cosine a equals to b squared plus c squared minus a squared over 2bc, and this is for finding angle. So the confusion would be is when do you use cosine rule and when do you use sine rule? Well, you would use the cosine rule when you can't use the sine rule. So in this triangle, you have the length 5 and 4, but they don't have the angles. The angles are not given, so you cannot use the sine rule for this. So you would use the cosine rule to find the third length. So basically you use the cosine rule when you can't use the sine rule. So now we'll move on to examples. Okay, so this is our first example. So this is our triangle. Let's say this is 3 centimeter, this is 5 centimeter, and this is 30 degree. And we're trying to find x centimeter, which is over there. So we would use this formula, which is for finding length. Then I'm just gonna sub in the values that I have into the equation. So 3 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 3 times 5 times cosine of 30. So since you're finding a, you're gonna square root the whole thing. So a equals to the square root of 3 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 3 times 5 times cosine of 30. So you square root that, you put it in your calculator, and you'll get the centimeter. Make sure to round it off to 3 significant figure because you're finding the length. So for our second example, this is our triangle. Let's say this is 2 centimeter, this is 3 centimeter, this is 5 centimeter, and we're trying to find x degree. So I would use the formula cosine of a equals to b squared plus c squared minus a squared over 2bc. Okay, so to determine which one is your a, just look at the angles or length that's opposite. So this is the length a is 5 and the angle a is x. It's the same thing with the first example. So the length is x and the angle is 30. So let's continue with our second example. So you just sub in your values, and since you're trying to find the angle a, you bring cosine to the other side, so that would be shift cosine 2 squared plus 3 squared minus 5 squared over 2 times 2 times 3. Now you put that into your calculator and you round it off to 1 decimal place because it's the angle. So now I'm just writing it again for length. And for angle, round it all to 1 decimal place.